Hey, what is up, guys? SirEmCeeCoy coming at you with part 2 of our TCU Horned Frogs off-season, and we're picking it up right where we left off, and that is going to be position changes. This is going to be a pretty shorter video compared to the last one, as we're not ready to cram it too much in. To start, athlete Bryce McLaughlin is going to be a left outside linebacker. And past that, there's not really too many changes, except for one big change. We were talking about it all season near the end, and that is Trayvon Boykin being moved to wide receiver or tight end. Well, it is not happening. Trayvon Boykin will be your starting quarterback next year, regardless of Brad Little. So now we move on to training results. We get to see who has excelled and how great they have become. This is probably my favorite part, and there it is. First off, Trayvon Boykin now 92 overall. Somehow he got faster, 88 speed. He is going to be burning all over Brad Little. He is looking to be great filling in next year. And Tyler Matthews, the junior, not too shabby. And Zach Allen, the sophomore, just continually buried on a depth chart full of way too much talent. But moving down the line, we see there is just so much talent in these quarterbacks. Break tackle 85 for Boykin, 76 trucking, 90 elusiveness. Come on, this isn't even fair. 59 stiff arm, 86 spin, 90 juke. The 91 carrying is just insane. Trayvon Boykin is going to be a monster running the read option for us this year. His throw power went up to 83, which isn't horrible. Brad Little's up to a 90. So is Matthews. And the throw accuracy is up to now an 87, which I'm extremely happy to see. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot better throws now as a senior. Brad Little will be more of a throwing quarterback. Halfback, no surprise here, BJ Catalon a 96 overall for his senior year, AJ Green at 87, Travoris Johnson 84, Avery Davis an 83, and I don't remember his first name. Smith is a 66 overall, buried into the depth chart once again, full of just way too much talent. We see Avery Davis now with a 95 speed. We have got to find a way to get him up on the football field. Moving on, just look at these stats. 98 acceleration for BJ Catalon. He is going to be deadly this year. A 90 break tackle. Come on. How's that even fair? 81 trucking. Second best on this team behind Travoris Johnson. First, number 1 break tackle. Elusiveness, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, goes to Avery Davis. Ball carrier vision, no doubt, best goes to him. Best stiff arm. Third best spin move, Avery's got the best. Best juking. Best carrying by far. Catching, he's getting there. I mean, he was horrible earlier on, so it's great to see that finally get a little better. Moving on to the wide receivers, Deontay Gray has stepped up and is going to be our number 1 guy. And stepping up to be the slot will be Ladarius Brown, a 6'4", 222 beast. Fortunately a senior this year, but this will be his first time getting playing time, and we're going to get to see what he can do. And I like what I've seen out of him so far, just looking at these stats. A 79 break tackle for a wide receiver, that is insane. Not so bad with elusiveness. Jukes 93 for Deontay Gray is very high. Catching, this is what matters most. Deontay Gray second behind Doxson. That's very nice. 87, 88, 85 across the top 3. I cannot complain about that at all. Spectacular catch, Josh Doxson, no surprise. And catching traffic, the big boy Ladarius Brown at 6'4", 222. No surprise. And he has the best route running, which is what you love to see at a slot receiver. I could see Ladarius Brown being a big weapon this year. And with 92 jump at 6'4", come on, red zone threat written all over him. Moving on to tight end, we got our senior Griffin Gilbert. He got up to an 83 speed, not horrible for a tight end. Nice awareness, 80 break tackle, 80 trucking. Not bad stats at all. It's what you like to see out of your tight end, who's obviously a receiving guy, 88 catching. Charlie Reed below him, definitely a blocker. It's going to be sad to see that go. And just to see what his blocking stats are, they're not bad at all. 72 pass block and a 72 run block. Very nice, consistent. Charlie Reed an 81 run block. We might have to see him sub in on some running plays. Left tackle, 87. We're not going to go over specific stats for the offensive line, really. 88 left guard for senior Jamel Naff. Moving on to center, 90 overall for senior Joey Hunt. We're looking to have a really, really good offensive line this year. 84 overall for senior right guard Bradley Fultz, and senior right tackle 86. Moving on to D-line, James McFarland, a rotational player last year. He'll be getting the start with an 87 overall. His senior year, 80 speed, not bad for a left end. He's definitely got the ability to be the pass rusher. But can he shed some blocks? Tackling of an 88, 80 power, not bad. Power moves 84, and block shed of a 71 isn't exactly the best. Devontae Fields, the senior, and Bryson Henderson, two very good-looking players there on the right end. But Devontae Fields will be the superstar of this defensive line. There's just no reason he shouldn't be. 79 speed, 83 from Bryson Henderson. We might see him debuting on the left side, actually. Moving into the more defensive stats, 84 tackle power 91. That is insane for Devontae Fields. 89 power moves, 92 finesse moves, and block shed of an 84. 90 pursuit, play recognition of an 89. God, I cannot wait to get him out on the field for his senior year. Moving on to defensive tackles, we are in good hands. Tevin Lawson, the sophomore rotational player, is looking amazing. And Davion Pearson, no surprise there, is an amazing player. 84 and 81 tackle, 93 power move for Davion Pearson. He's going to clog up the middle all the time. 91 power moves, and 84 and 81 block shedding. That's what you'd love to see out of defensive tackles. You cannot complain at all. Left outside linebacker, a player we don't really get to see much, but Paul Whitmill. He'll be getting the start this year as a junior, so we'll get to see 2 years of him. As you can see, his catching went up some. I'm not sure what he was doing, but this is the main stat that I love to see. A 97 hit power. Wow. We need to find a way to get him out on the field. We were trying to force more fumbles, and Paul Whitmill just might be the answer to that problem. With a 90 pursuit, I don't see a weak spot in that. Middle linebacker is Jamal Schroeder. Not too much of a big name player. He's definitely an underdog, but 6'4", 238 sophomore. He's definitely got the potential to be very good for us. But it's just a matter of him finding the more athletic ability. He's definitely got the intangibles in terms of smarts. You see, with that 94 play recognition, he knows what he's doing, but we just need to translate that into the athletic ability. Corners, we don't really have much in terms of after Travasky Garrett and Colby Griffin. That's where freshman Marcus Bass is going to come in. He will more than likely be playing his first year. But looking through some of these stats, they're getting better at catching a little bit. Catching in traffic's getting there. 90 jumping for Colby Griffin. We've got to see that kid get an interception. Come on, all last year he was just laying down hits, but no interceptions. We've got to find one this year for Colby Griffin. And here we go. Man coverage 95 for Travasky Garrett, 90 for Colby Griffin. Those are some pretty impressive stats. 93 zone, 87 respectively, and 89 press coverage for Colby Griffin. 6', 200. He's a very physical guy. At safety, we got senior Chris Hackett, 92 speed. That is very fast for a safety, surprisingly. Not bad stats going down the line for him. 76 catching. We're hoping to see some interceptions out of him. We only saw one, and that was in the bowl game. But 80 tackles, 76 power, nothing too fancy there. Moving down the line, 94 pursuit, no one's getting past him. 88 play recognition, and 91 zone coverage. Chris Hackett is turning out to be a really good full safety. And on strong safety, we're going to see junior Derek Kindred. Not so much on the speed side, 88. He's definitely going to be a sit back and coverage guy. We're not going to see him up near the line making too many tackles. But he's definitely got the tangibles. 88 jumping, you know, it's not horrible. 76 tackle, 80 hit power, so, you know, he might be able to make it. I'm just worried with him getting, you know, too deep in and then getting burnt, but especially with that 81 zone coverage. That is something that bothers me a lot, comparatively looking at Kindred. Moving on to kicker, Obercrom, 90 at kick power, 89 accuracy. He is going to be booting it all over the field. And for our punter, Eric Perry, same with him. Except he's got a 99 kick power, 91 accuracy. Our special teams are perfect. Moving on, we're just going to quickly go through players that got cut. First player was Zach Allen. I mentioned earlier, he's just buried on a depth chart of way too talented quarterbacks. There's no way that Zach Allen's ever going to see reps. Jonathan Smith, freshman redshirt. He's going to be gone off the team. Into wide receivers. Jason London, we recruited him this year, but we just don't have any room for him on this talented depth chart of wide receivers. Tight ends, moving on, we have a junior, Avery Patterson, who just hasn't progressed like I would have liked him to. So Avery Patterson, in the end, you are going to be cut over sophomore redshirt Burnett. Goodbye, Avery. Next position, we're looking into corners. I was looking between Bailey, Long, and Minor. They are about the same position. They're all freshmen. They're all around the same overall. In the end, I just had to look at their man coverage, zone coverage, press and release, and in the end, Adrian Minor was the one to go, unfortunately. And now moving on, we're going into protected rivalries, and one that we of course have to protect is this one, TCU and Oklahoma. How can you not protect that rivalry? Those are some of the best games we've ever played, and we're keeping it. Moving on into schedule, this is what it looked like before. I'm not going to show you the details in us making it, but now, here's the schedule now. We open against Toledo, then Hawaii, bye week, then we play number 2 Alabama in week 4, SMU, an open, Minnesota, and then we get into the conference play. Oklahoma State, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Baylor, Texas Tech, and that is how we will close out the season. Definitely a difficult schedule. We got a B+ strength. Could be better. Now we're just going to move into some good plays that I saw in practice. I played about 45 minutes of practice, and now here are just some highlights. This is literally the first play, and it's a pass to Ladarius Brown, and he takes it to the end zone. So already impressive showing from him. Basically, these are majority offensive highlights, but I did see some good defensive plays, and one of which is right here, interception by Travasky Garrett. That was the second play. Moving in deeper in, Boykin back to pass, throwing right side, and an impressive interception by the rookie Marcus Bass. Gonna look to see a lot of that. Again, Boykin to pass, and another nice interception by Marcus Bass. So far, so good out of him. Now we get to see that option offense. Great motions into the backfield, and out is Boykin and Catalan, and this is what we are used to seeing. Catalan just flying down the field. An easy touchdown off that option play. Now going off to Aaron Green, and he is showing off some power, breaking 1, 2, 3 tackles by Aaron Green. God, I hope he shows that power off some more in this season. Again, back to the pass. That's what the majority of these highlights are. Boykin, very nice job scrambling, and then on the target down to Ladarius Brown. That is something we haven't seen out of Boykin at all. I'd love to see more of that. Again, Boykin back to the air, scrambling out. Again, throw on the dime downfield to Catalan, who makes the catch. Probably the most impressive play of practice. Another pass. Boykin loading up the cannon downfield, tipped, and then turned around and intercepted by Travasky Garrett. A very nice play by him. Hot routing by Boykin. Looking downfield. A nice catch by Ladarius Brown. A defender misses, and he is off to the races. Another nice touchdown by Ladarius Brown. He was impressive. Boykin off to pass. Colby Listenby, 4th receiver. He is showing off some power and determination. I like that. That's how you make my depth chart. Breaking tackles. Boykin downfield again, and there's a nice catch by Deontay Gray. I struggled with him making catches in traffic. If he can do that, we're gonna have no problems with him as our #1 receiver. Again, option, and again, Catalan. Once you give him that outside edge, he is gone. He's just unstoppable. Another nice play here. Boykin, play action. Looking downfield, finds Deontay Gray with a very nice play, and then stiff arming through a tackle. Deontay Gray showing that he can be our #1 receiver. Boykin going down deep, and a nice interception there by Kindred in coverage. Boykin blitzing coming. They constantly bring the blitz, and another impressive catch by Deontay Gray. No complaints for him, and the last play of practice was just an amazing catch by Doxson in traffic. So now we're just going to look at a few more things before the season. BJ Catalan is 4th in Heisman watch. Who knows? Could we see our first Heisman trophy in our dynasty? That would be huge, especially for senior running back BJ Catalan. That would be a first for us. So now we move on. Week 1 against Toledo. This is going to be a warm-up game, but let's be honest. These games are never really too much of a warm-up for us. We lost our first one in our career. We won our second one, but it wasn't easy, and now we play Toledo. Let's see what we can do. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and let's get pumped up for Season 3 against Toledo. I'll see you then.